A very good evening and a warm welcome to our second edition of UBC News Tonight on this 31st day of October 2025. I'm Lorene Masika Kazimoto. We do welcome you this evening, and we start off with our top story this evening. On his second day in the Teso sub-region, President Kagulanyi Museveni campaigned in Kalaki district, where he pledged to equip the district's road department and upgrade Kalaki Health Center to a district hospital. While addressing residents, the NRM presidential candidate, accompanied by the First Lady, Janet Kataha Museveni, emphasized that although it is campaign season, his main focus remains on promoting wealth creation among Ugandans.
Kalaki Primary School has hosted a Friday evening campaign rally for the NRM presidential candidate Kagulanyi Museveni. Museveni, who entered Teso sub-region on Thursday, 30th October 2025, is still accompanied by the First Lady, Janet Kataha Museveni. Receiving the president in Kalaki, the local and national party leaders confirmed continuity and loyalty to both the ruling party and the president.
And I believe we have no doubt our people are picking a lot from the messages you are giving.
We pledge a massive mobilization targeting 95% win for you.
We are continuing to mobilize, and we are sure that we are going to get a massive win in this region, especially Kaberamaido and Kalaki.
The road between Okatine and Ochero is being worked on. We are going to work on that road as government, and I want you to clap for President Museveni.
When invited to address the rally, Mr. Museveni stepped forward with the First Lady, Janet Kataha Museveni.
Kopango, Iriyo Mabel.
There is no people who do elections in peace, in calm, like Uganda is doing on earth.
Mrs. Museveni has continued to remind peace-loving Ugandans to stick with the NRM party.
Therefore, I want to thank God for using this president and the NRM government to build this strong foundation, and we should not take this for granted.
To the leaders mainly at the local governments who are sleeping on chill, Mrs. Museveni softly wakes them up.
Yes, when we don't do that, we are cheating on ourselves. We must always remember, when we don't do the work we are supposed to do, we are cheating on ourselves. This homeland we are building, it is the only homeland we have for all of us on planet Earth.
This time round, candidate Kagulanyi Museveni is running the 2026-2031 campaign program on 7 pillars.
That manifesto contains what we have done in the past for Uganda, our contribution to Uganda, and what we are planning to do.
To the districts like Kalaki, President Museveni salutes it for its great contributions towards Uganda's peace and stability.
But I must salute Kalaki because you are the ones who helped us to kill Table in Anyara.
According to the president, this peace has over time been enjoyed throughout the entire country.
Peace is not only here in Kalaki, Kaberamaido, Teso, it is in the whole of Uganda.
As he canvasses for votes in Kalaki, President Museveni maintains that infrastructure development has been priority under his government, and this has not spared Kalaki, although he promises more of the same.
We are going to work on the road from Katine to Ochero. Then from Ochero, that money for Katino Ochero is available now.
For the president is happy to note that electricity has been extended to most parts of the country.
Now, on the side of electricity, you can see it here. People are saying that it is erratic, that it goes off. I will find out what the problem is. It could be the old wires.
In the coming term of office, President Museveni has pledged to equip Kalaki district's road section.
For Kalaki, it is one of the newly created districts which does not have a complete road unit. So I will make sure that you get a complete road unit.
The elevation will also be extended to the health department.
Now the plans in the future are to upgrade Kalaki Health Center 4 to a general hospital.
Just like it was stressed by the First Lady, Museveni also reiterated the need for local leaders to supervise government projects in their areas.
But even with the ordinary citizens, we should all go to the parish. So for me, I think this corruption is very easy to deal with.
According to the president, although it is a political season where politicians are running around the country soliciting for votes, to him it is a wealth creation crusade.
You see, when we come here, we are not politicians to come and say, oh, you vote, oh yeah, please. What we have been doing is the work of patriotism, of loving Uganda, Africa. So that's why it's a campaign, yes. But me, I would like to share knowledge which can help you.
Museveni ended the rally by receiving converse from the National Unity Platform Party. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
The National Resistance Movement candidate, President Museveni, has pledged to provide a ferry service to ease transportation for residents of Kaberamaido. The service will link Buyende, Kagwara and Kaberamaido across Lake Kyoga. He also promised the construction of a 73-kilometer road connecting Dokolo, Kaberamaido and Namalale to boost mobility and facilitate trade. President Museveni made these commitments while campaigning in Kaberamaido district in the Teso sub-region.
The National Resistance Movement chairman and the presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, together with the First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni, held a campaign rally in Kaberamaido district. They were warmly received by thousands of supporters at Kaburepoli Primary School in Ochero sub-county.
Welcome to Kaberamaido. Welcome to Ochero.
The First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni appreciated the people of Kaberamaido for their continued support of the National Resistance Movement.
Thank you, people of Kaberamaido, for coming out in these great numbers.
Joma beremado opoi nubino iwela tota mane.
To show your responsibility in our national building journey together.
She urged residents to maintain their support for the NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to safeguard and build on the gains already achieved.
I want to thank God for using the president and the NRM government to build the strong foundation of our nation, Uganda, which has brought about peace and stability of our great homeland. Now I just want to use this opportunity to recommend to you that you all remember to vote on that day for the president and the whole lineup of NRM government, so that Uganda can continue the building our shared inheritance of our homeland. Thank you, Kaberamaido. Thank you, Teso region, and God bless Uganda.
President Museveni pledged to establish a ferry connection across Lake Kyoga from Buyende, Kagwara to Kaberamaido, known as the BKK ferry, to link Kaberamaido with Busoga.
Now you heard about the BKK.
You win, you know, come BKK ferry.
Buyende, Kagwara, Kaberamaido. The ferry is already available. The construction is taking place. I think they are finishing the running sites. Now, all this is on the side of economic infrastructure.
He further committed to constructing the 73-kilometer Dokolo Kaberamaido Namasale road to improve transport and promote business opportunities.
The tarmac road used to end at Soroti. We repaired all the road from Tororo up to Soroti, but we extended it to Dokolo, to Lira, to Kamdin. So that one is bringing the tarmac road nearer to you people. But now we are going to bring the tarmac from Katine to Ochero here, up to here. It is 73.5 kilometers. We already have the money. The government is now looking for the contractor to do the work. And later on, I want to extend this tarmac road from Ochero to Amoratal and to Namasare. And to Dokoro from Amoratal.
He also vowed to address persistent electricity challenges in the district, which local leaders say have hampered development.
Now the electricity, you have it now, but you say it is on and off. I'll find out what the problem is, because we have got enough electricity in the country now. The problem could be the old wires, which need to be replaced. But that one is already moving.
Other commitments include special funds for fishermen, cultural and religious leaders, and ensuring access to free education in government schools.
So, in the coming government, let's all agree that we provide free education in government schools. Do we agree on that? Very good. So, my 4 words for today. My four words. Number 1, Kuch. Number 2, Donglobo. Number 3, Abar. And number 4, free education.
The president was accompanied by senior NRM officials, including the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, who pledged to work with him to meet the people's expectations.
Of insecurity in this area, there was too much poverty, there was no development, but as we speak today, the area is developed. We have total peace. Unlike before, when we had the cattle rustlers, we had rebels, we had all of them. But now we have total peace. The area is developed. We have wealth creation. We have factories here that are creating jobs. There is private sector here. One thing I can assure the country, that TESO has transformed a lot. And because of the transformation that is in TESO, we can assure you of 95% support from TESO.
Tomorrow, Saturday, President Museveni continues his campaign trail in Katakwi and Amuria districts, also within the Teso sub-region. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kaberamaido.
Supporters of the National Resistance Movement in Kalaki district have pledged over 90% support for President Kaguta Museveni. The pledge comes as the first month of the presidential campaigns draws to a close. Peace, stability and development are among the key reasons cited for their overwhelming backing of the president.
This is what it means when they say women for Museveni. Their strong show of support reflects the peace and stability they continue to enjoy.
The rebel called Tabule was actually killed from here. So that was a huge direction towards the stabilization of Teso and stabilization of this place where we are in Kalaki.
Similar sentiments are shared by male leaders in the district.
The children of this land, together with the mighty army of NRM, the Uganda People's Defense Forces, join hands in the so famous group you people have heard about in Uganda, the Arrow Boys. The Arrow Boys started in this district and then grew up to the entire Teso and supported the army to ensuring that they kick out the Kyagulanyi rebels from this area.
Such unity of purpose explains why Kalaki, part of the greater Teso sub-region, shines brightly in NRM colors. The peace and stability under the current leadership have attracted tangible development initiatives, which they say is why they are voting the ruling party back into power.
The army of this government did a great job to ensure that it restored peace and stability in this district. So it is the reason these people have a reason why they need to support President Museveni, and they actually have to appreciate him.
What I saw really, I have to confirm that His Excellency has a good heart for Uganda. There is much development I saw, because the chairpersons are my friends, were able to move around. I was very much impressed.
You couldn't see any development, but now as we speak, so many things have been done. The president is working on the roads, schools are put in place, programs are put in place, but more so, we want to appreciate the manifesto that we are going to implement.
Supporters are confident that even greater development awaits Kalaki in the next term of leadership.
Yoweri Kaguta Museveni gave us the district status of Kalaki, and that is a great achievement. And through that district, we are receiving services like Emyoga, like PDM. When you look at issues of infrastructure, every year NRM government sends us 1 billion for maintaining our good roads.
Our people received the PDM here, and they was able to use that money to open up land. Now, their main issue is what we produce, we need market for, but we also need it for value chain. We are grateful that these are the areas that His Excellency is emphasizing in his next Kisanja.
They say this is the surest way to safeguard the gains already achieved in line with the NRM campaign slogan. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has called on the management of Atiak Sugar Factory to compensate former workers for their unpaid labor. While addressing a campaign rally in Atiak Town Council Amuru district, Mafabi expressed concern over leaders he says have failed to protect the rights and property of local residents.
Despite the early morning downpour, Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi launched his campaign rallies in Atiak sub-county, Amuru district, accompanied by FDC flag bearers from Amuru and neighboring regions. He urged security agencies not to intimidate supporters through surveillance and photography at campaign events.
Police can take pictures, but they're also soon about to run mad.
Mafabi highlighted mental illness as a growing concern in Amuru, citing reports that up 700 people suffer from related conditions each month.
Some of you are over traumatized because of the war. Research before the war, your mad was the referral hospital in a year would get only 5 mad people. Go to hospital. People with mental illness are over 700 people per month. That means in 1 year you are talking of 84,000. That shows that is a huge problem in this area.
He also linked the growing number of street children to high school dropout rates, noting that research shows about 80% of children who enroll in primary 1 fail to complete primary education.
Many children on the streets are called Aguo, and you know them. This is the issue we have to deal with.
Mafabi further raised the plight of Lord's Resistance Army War survivors who worked as casual laborers at Atiak Sugar Factory but were never compensated for their efforts.
Of our brothers and sisters who went to work in Atiak Sugar Factory, over 200 billion per year. Now they are over 8 trillion shilling. After working, they were just to be compensated for their work efforts.
He later held additional campaign rallies in Pabo Town Council and surrounding areas.
National Unity Platform presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has continued his northern Uganda campaign in Lamwo and Kitgum, where he was welcomed by large jubilant crowds. Supporters filled the streets, singing and dancing as he proceeded to the rally venue. Kyagulanyi urged Acholi residents to vote for him and all NUP flag bearers, promising to build better roads, provide free education, restore hospitals, construct regional capitals, and develop a standard gauge railway. He introduced a female councillor from Lamwo encouraged support for party candidates and called for unity, equal opportunity and improved public service delivery across Uganda.
Explain this that I've said in your language. Be the leader. I tell you that this road can be tarmac, you think I am dreaming. When I tell you life can change, you think I am dreaming. But my brothers and sisters, Uganda is rich. There is enough money to do all these things, only that money is being stolen. I want you to remember, listen, I want you to remember that from this very region, Uganda has ever had powerful leaders. We've had Tito Okello coming from this region. I am even glad when I went to
National Peasant Party NPP flag bearer Robert Kasibante spent most of the day campaigning in Bugweri district. He assured locals they would benefit from the rare minerals recently discovered in the district and promised improved road infrastructure among other development projects. Kasibante also reflected on several challenges faced during the first month of his presidential campaign.
Money which comes from out of the minerals which comes from their areas. So I will have to make sure that I call the stakeholders, we sit to told us their concerns. They have told me about the poor roads that they have. They have told me about the poor health sector that they have, the poor education system that they have, and most especially the poverty which is killing them. But I've told them the solutions that are going to be taken in order to solve the problem of poverty. First of all, I've informed them that I'm going to close all the gaps that has been taking the money. And when I close them, as when I become the president, I will bring all that money to the citizens, more so the youth, because it is the bigger number, and they are here redundant, they are doing nothing. I've promised them 200,000 per unemployed youth. Because when I give them the 200,000, they will be able to start small businesses.
The Chief Secretary of the Salvation Army has urged Ugandans to uphold peace and stability throughout the electoral process as the country gears up for the 2026 general elections. Lieutenant Colonel Emmanuel Sichibona made the appeal during a prayer breakfast held in Kampala.
The process leading to 2026 general elections in Uganda is already underway, with presidential campaigns that began a month ago. Parliamentary candidates are expected to start their campaigns on November 10, 2025, as Ugandans continue to engage actively in support for their preferred leaders. The Chief Secretary of the Salvation Army Uganda Territory, Lieutenant Colonel Emmanuel Sichibona, emphasizes the importance of maintaining peace throughout the election period and urged government institutions to respect citizens' electoral rights.
That we may advocate for peace, that we may have freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and also freedom of electing the leaders that we know are going to take our country forward.
The prayer breakfast also served as part of preparations to welcome the Salvation Army's international leader, who is expected to visit Uganda in February 2026.
As we are trying to pray for the coming of our world leader, the General of the Salvation Army and Commissioner, who are our world leaders, General Lyndon and the Commissioner Brunel Buckingham, the world leaders of the Salvation Army. And the purpose of being here is to organize so that we may be well prepared while our leaders are coming to Uganda.
The Public Relations Office of the Salvation Army, Lieutenant Peter Mugisa, encouraged Christians to remain steadfast in their faith amid its challenges.
As Ugandans, as a church, it is our duty. That's why we say the Salvation Army, we say we meet people's needs without discrimination. We don't care the religion, where you come from, whether you're Muslim, whether you're not Christian, whether you don't go to church, because the situation is that it is our duty to counsel and to show you God's love.
He further cautioned Ugandans against acts of corruption, vote rigging and bribery during the upcoming elections.
Let them not get tempted into going different things because of the circumstances, especially in this electioneering time. There is cheating of votes, there is playing different games here and there. People get engaged in a violent game, take advantage of the crowd to steal and all that. I think that is dangerous, and it's important that we get back to God. As our leader comes to Uganda next year,
the Salvation Army is an international Christian movement operating in over 134 countries, committed to saving souls and serving vulnerable communities. Rebecca Nantongo, UBC News.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but return with more stories after these messages.
Ugandans, the unstoppable internet deal of deals is here with MTN Wakanet Fiber. Connect your home with our starter pack of 100 Mbps at only 99k. And if you want more speed for less, we've got you. Get the 200 Mbps at only 129k. And the fastest one yet? Enjoy up to 500 Mbps at only 250k. To sign up, use the My MTN app or dial *100 *23#. Offer is valid till the 30th of November for both new and existing subscribers. Together, our connection is unstoppable.
Nateranga nyingiro na fama MTN wanji MTN walololo MTN gamachi to get the power to win njagalo funeli yanyi okuwangula ogenda kuwangulota ngenda kubanga bukade 10 buli wiki wanji ngenda kubangu kwasa bukade 10 buli wiki kusimu ye nyini chabonka chimuchoka line ya MTN banabeka bulogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula ndakwese momo mubulira bulogenda okusasula ngenda kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo ozo konga ngenda kwewola kasente kozesa momo wanje ogenda kuinvestinga kozesa momo abwe MTN wejamanyi nekwa bukade 10 buli wiki wala kastejo bimala bwe pala wentandika ngamba kyekiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tenze tirinyi halo walirudawa zende guru halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office ntudde nyega ma computer nenkuta awa namwe kasana benesi okuberanga mwana wote koze ebintu amanga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa momo. Remember to dial *165# or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Welcome back from that break. We're glad you're still with us here on UBC News Tonight. In more news this evening, stakeholders from Uganda, Ethiopia and Tanzania have held the Play Matters initiative for its transformative impact on early childhood and primary education through play-based learning. Marking 5 years since its inception, the program has played a crucial role in supporting children affected by displacement, conflict and crisis across the region.
The Play Matters initiative seeks to infuse classrooms with joy, creativity and safety, enabling children to learn through play while developing essential social and cognitive skills. Funded by the Lego Foundation, the program has so far reached more than 400,000 children in Uganda, significantly improving literacy, creativity and emotional well-being.
More than 400,000 children in Uganda have been educated through this initiative. We have seen much better learning outcomes in terms of literacy, in terms of creativity, in terms of social well-being, and of course...
Jointly implemented by the government of Uganda in partnership with Plan International, International Rescue Committee and War Child, the initiative integrates play-based methodologies into pre-primary and early primary education, fostering holistic child development.
The Lego Foundation has expanded our engagement across East Africa, supporting the strengthening of education systems, teacher capacity, and innovative partnerships that embed learning through play into education so children can learn, thrive, and develop. Our commitment also extends to supporting teachers and their well-being in Kenya, so that both refugee and host community children are prepared to thrive.
We create an atmosphere where children can thrive through play and they learn. We are trying as much as possible to come out of the traditional way of teaching so that learning becomes a joyful event.
The Ministry of Education and Sports has applauded the initiative for aligning with national education priorities, saying it promotes creativity, curiosity and resilience among learners.
Play is not merely a pastime, but it is one of the most powerful engines of learning, development and lifelong success to our children. When play is joyful, purposeful and meaningful, it enables children to explore, to discover and to apply knowledge, fostering creativity and innovation and social competence in the process.
We provide 6 bricks, Lego bricks to these schools so that they can have teaching aids to use. We have done light rehabilitation in the schools that we are working to make sure that children are in an environment that is safe and secure. We have continued to work with the Ministry of Education to make sure that the policy alignment really speaks to learning through play and that the gains that we are making are going to be embedded in the policy.
Beyond Uganda, the initiative has expanded to Ethiopia and Tanzania, reaching over 950,000 children, with ambitions to scale up and impact millions more. The next phase will prioritize capacity building for local educators, creating inclusive learning environments that nurture every child's potential. The Play Matters experience demonstrates that learning through play is not only enjoyable, but also one of the most effective methods for delivering education in complex and challenging settings. Over the past 5 years, the program has trained thousands of teachers, distributed educational play materials, and integrated learning through play principles into Uganda's national curriculum and early childhood policy.
They accommodate their views.
National resistance movement leaders are making a bold commitment aiming for a near-anonymous victory for President Museveni in the upcoming polls. NRM flag bearers across Isingiro, Ntungamo and Shema districts have united behind a strong goal to deliver over 98% win for the NRM President Museveni.
National resistance movement leaders are making a bold commitment aiming for a near unanimous victory for President Museveni in the upcoming polls. Leaders attribute this confidence to the extensive development gains achieved in the region under the NRM government, aligning with the 2020-2031 manifesto goal of securing Uganda's high middle income status. In Tungamu, Seth Rukurungu, representing the First Lady's office, urged stakeholders to campaign door-to-door.
We have all agreed that our mobilization should be based at the grassroots, and that is starting with our families in our homesteads. We rally our family members, we rally the neighborhood, and then for some of us who can afford, we can extend to the entire village, because that's where the vote is.
Local LC5 chairperson Salongo Rwachgoba Sam highlighted regional benefits, including the planned iron ore industry park aimed at job creation.
What we discussed with the First Lady, one, we want the value addition in onions. Two, Rushenyi being we are having Indians, Patel and the team. Of course, now we are meeting the president. They are setting up a factory of $500 million in Ntungamo district, of which we are going to have.
No Bright Ramilama and youth flag bearer Mujuni Mari Asensio play aggressively mobilized for the 98% target. Mari called on youth to ignore quack diversions.
I want to correct an impression. Civil servants are part of the executive. You are actually the heart.
94%. By this time, we are promising His Excellency to score at a minimum of 98%. At a minimum of 98%, meaning we can even shoot up to 100%.
Minister Ramilama stressed that there should be no room for the opposition in the region, citing Isingiro's historic success in NRM campaigns.
The Deputy Principal of the Uganda Institute of Information and Communication Technology, Dr. Irene Nachiemba, has called on government to develop a holistic national strategy for digital skilling that caters for persons with all forms of special needs. She made the remarks during the graduation ceremony for the second cohort of visually impaired learners at the institute.
Of its ongoing efforts to promote inclusive digital transformation.
I've learned how to use a computer. I've been using smartphone and I thought it is easy, but after touching on a computer, I saw the difference.
I've not been having a right of secrecy. We did not have a right of digital independence. We used to have digital dependency. But right now, since they have given us these skills, we can now have the digital independence.
In my secondary level, they would not allow us to use computers, saying that we are not able. But today we are very strong, that we know that we are very able to use the computer very well to do everything.
Dr. Nachiemba emphasized the need for a comprehensive national strategy to support inclusive digital skilling for all persons with special needs.
Information and communications technologies is the fundamental right. There is an urgent need for a holistic national strategy and sustainable framework to expound towards having a comprehensive skilling that is inclusive for every special need.
She further urged government to increase the number of trainers capable of supporting inclusive digital skilling initiatives.
When we multiply trainers, we multiply the transformation. Such a framework will allow us to reach every village. I don't know where you stay, I don't know where you came from, but there are other Ugandans across.
Despite the progress made, digital capacity remains low among persons with disabilities. The introduction to computer basics for the visually impaired program is part of UICT's commitment to ensuring that no one is left behind in Uganda's digital economy. The institute has now graduated 120 learners under its second cohort.
The Ministry of Water and Environment, in partnership with Goal Uganda and Practica, has launched the tap and track system to monitor maintenance of water infrastructure. We have more details on this story.
Goal Uganda's tap and track solution will enable prompt detection of issues in water supply and facilitate efficient maintenance of operation.
The app is helping the area service providers or the water utilities to respond to maintenance within the shortest time possible, and also ensure that no delays are made, downtimes are reduced, and the quality, the quantity of water supplied to the community are well enhanced, because the system comprehensively handles the maintenance strategy through making plans and also giving quick overviews, notifications to support a quick response.
By tracking what's happening on site by their water sources. So staff in the field will record on financial data, on water volumes and water quality, and on maintenance. And it will be sent to the managers, and there's real lifetime accurate data to make informed decisions for managers.
The Ministry of Water and Environment plans to integrate tap and track into their operations to fast-track repairs of faulty lines.
We look forward to integrating this with all other platforms, such that it can feed into all the data management value chain in the industry, such that yes, we have some of the features in this app incorporated, so that we can use it, provide solutions to different water utilities.
While the innovation is critical for maintaining water services, operational costs are directly charged to the end users at a subsidized rate.
Innovation Hub, we are funding social innovation with the high social impact, so we're aiming at social transformation and system transformation. So we're funding this tap and track project here in Uganda for 14 months, and we are supporting them financially, but also in terms of scaling, so making sure that they are sustained and sustainable in time.
Currently piloted in eastern Uganda, the system has demonstrated high success rates and offers both local and umbrella service providers the ability to enhance service delivery with measurable performance outcomes for communities. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Luwama for UBC.
The Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Uganda is supporting the free distribution of reusable sanitary pads to adolescent girls in government schools across Pakwach district.
Menstruation has long been a major factor contributing to school dropouts among adolescent girls in Pakwach and the other districts within the West Nile sub-region. To address this challenge, the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands in Uganda, through the Protect SRHR project, has launched a free distribution exercise of reusable sanitary pads to girls in Pakwach district.
This launch is very timely. Most schools, when it comes to wash and looking specifically at the sanitary, menstrual hygiene, is so wanting. As Protect, we want to share with them these sanitary pads, which we are going to actually distribute to the entire schools in Pakwach, working with the local government.
Mercy Mary, a primary 6 pupil at Andibo Primary School, says many girls in Panyango sub-county drop out of school because their parents cannot afford sanitary pads.
Some girls, when they're in lack of pads, others are orphans, others, their parents are drunkards. That is the reason.
Head teacher Teopista Owechi of Andibo Primary School adds that the school has been using part of the limited capitation grant to buy sanitary pads, which is not enough to cater for all the girls.
This intervention is too good to me. This time at least I've seen from P2, because some of these girls in P2 even demonstrate. Because now if you've seen that a girl does not come to school with the panty, at least you have to give her at least 2. Because timely we pick a dozen, 12. In case the 12 gets finished, they're over. That's now where we stop. We have to again budget in the next term.
Pakwach District Health Educator Harriet Amir attributes the low parental support for girls to poverty, noting that most households prioritize basic needs such as food over menstrual health needs.
You get the ratio is not the same as the ratio of boys when they started in P1. The reason number one could be that is the time most girls start seeing their periods. And yet all these things are happening due to lack of sanitary pads that the parents are supposed to do it to provide for these girls. But because of other economic, I would say, poverty level in the community, they're unable to do it. It led them to get it from other sources, which in turn made them to become pregnant. Therefore, I would say this project is going to help a lot.
The distribution exercise aims to promote menstrual hygiene management and improve school retention among adolescent girls. A total of 76 government schools, 64 primary and 8 secondary schools are set to benefit from the intervention. Joseph Odama, UBC News.
Thank you, Joseph Odama. Education experts from Uganda Martyrs University have called for the integration of artificial intelligence into higher education curricula to enhance teaching and learning outcomes. They also urged universities to introduce courses on carbon sink management within climate studies, describing it as a promising new field for academic research in Uganda.
And now is going into promoting clean energy and specifically targeting private sector to loop them into climate action, specifically with attention to carbon markets, carbon finance, green money. That's a virgin area where the country and especially academic institutions should focus to create courses which train young ones to support companies to get green money. The government of Uganda has put in place enough infrastructure to support companies to enter into the market. And this is still a virgin area. So there's a new concept called Green Business Development Service Support. So we are working with the university so they can create new courses which train the young ones to verify carbon credits, create what we call MRVs.
Welcome. And now into business. Government officials aligned to the oil and gas industry are confident that there will be no further shifting of Uganda's oil production timeline. With commercial oil production set to commence in July 2026, the Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, has rolled out a 2D seismic data survey in the Kasibante Block Bulisa district, an area that has shown great potential for hydrocarbon deposits.
The Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, has launched the acquisition of 150 line kilometers of 2D seismic data in the Kasibante contract area, Bulisa district. witnessed by key stakeholders, among them the head of public service, Lucy Nachobe, engineer Irene Batebe, the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, and Dr. Amina Zawede, the permanent secretary at the Ministry of ICT. The data collection exercise, which we ran for about a month, marks a major milestone in Uganda's quest to expand its crude oil capacity and advance exploration efforts.
Marks a very significant milestone for UNOC in our journey to become an operator similar to what we saw with China National Offshore Oil Corporation or Total Energies or other operators that we know globally. But as a national oil company, it's also a cardinal or national role to play in the upstream petroleum value chain to ensure sustainability of reserves.
But what exactly is this seismic activity being undertaken by UNOC, and how relevant is it to Uganda's oil and gas sector, which is fast approaching its production phase?
The seismic activity is one of the activities that are undertaken to be able to enhance the understanding of the petroleum prospectivity of an exploration area. And what happens is that sound waves are introduced into the ground. Then these waves are reflected back, or they bounce back, and these reflections echoes are recorded on the surface using sophisticated tools, and then they are processed to be able to have a map or draw a map or a picture of the subsurface.
This fast seismic activity by UNOC covers an area of approximately 1,285 square kilometers, extending as far as the Murchison Falls Conservation Area and Lake Albert, a transboundary water resource shared between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
It's critical for us to be very careful as we do the work that we do, because it lies part of it in the national park, but also the communities that we operate with. Our expectation is to be able to enhance the understanding of what is in the ground. What we know is that when we map these structures, we are able to determine what is contained in these structures. We could have more, we could have less, but we get a better understanding of what lies in the subsurface.
Uganda's long-term ambition is to produce oil beyond the projected 25-year depletion timeframe once production officially begins.
See, ideally, you'd want to maximize the usage of ECOP. And definitely, when you produce more resource, when you pipe more resource, you get more value. Government gets more value. The endeavors we are to establish more sources is to establish more volumes to feed into ECOP and later the refinery, so that they can operate economically.
Several licensed oil companies continue to conduct both offshore and onshore seismic surveys in areas that show strong potential for petroleum resources. Dennis Igor for UBC.
And into sports, Uganda's team for the 2025 Islamic Solidarity Games has been flagged off by the National Council of Sports Assistant General Secretary Milton Chebet, flanked by officials from the Uganda Olympic Committee, including the Chief de Mission Sadiq Nasibu.
Uganda will be among 57 nations that will take part in the 2025 Islamic Solidarity Games that run from the 7th till 21st November in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
This is the sixth time we're going to be in the Games. In the first edition, if I remember very well, we were not able to have the men and the female together. Our female athletes traveled, they competed in a stadium which was empty. But as things evolve, now we're able to see that we're having both men and women representing us, traveling together for the Games. That means that the Games have moved up, the value has been added, and they are used as a qualifier event for the other events, including the Los Angeles Games.
The team of 39 athletes has been flagged off at Copper Chimney in Logogo by National Council of Sports Assistant General Secretary Milton Chebet.
If it was not of you, wouldn't be here.
For us, we are here because of you. And so the government is putting in a lot of effort, and across all the sports disciplines. Today we are flagging off 7 disciplines.
Yes.
But currently we have around 50 federations in Uganda, which the government is funding directly, So your federations, wherever you're coming from, you know that the government is funding. The funds may not be the same, but what I can assure you is that it is increasing. I know Uganda Athletics had a request because they feel they have so many engagements, but I can assure you that the funds are going to increase so that we have more talent.
The chef de mission, Sadiq Nasiu, spoke ethical issues that athletes must embrace to maintain Uganda in good state competitively and in values.
Respect those people. They will equally respect you. These are cultures, and sometimes it's good to go outside your normal cultures, and that's how we shall appreciate the world. Please talk to the captain. Please come to our room. The reason we are there is to assist you. We are not coaches that we are going to give you technical skills, but we are there to assist you in your execution, in your living, and making sure that you compete properly. So I want to thank you for being qualifying for these games, and I believe you have the Ugandan heart to make sure that we make Uganda proud. This is a big team, and we expect you to come with many medals.
Uganda's team at this 6th edition is from 7 sports disciplines of athletics, aquatics, boxing, para-powerlifting, table tennis, weightlifting, and wrestling. The athletes include Halima Nakai, Davis Nioita, Veronica Ayo, Joseph Sebatindira, Tendo Mukalazi, Dennis Mbazira, and Jimmy Adrico.
I'm for winning the Zone 3 African Championships, and I'm really confident because this has given me more confidence. It has given me more confidence to believe in myself that I can make it. I can do more. I can do better than I did in Kenya.
We are well prepared for this tournament because we previously played in African seniors where we put up a very good show. We are ready to raise our nation's flag so high.
Uganda has taken part in all editions of the Games and won 11 medals, including 2 golds, 6 silvers and 3 bronze, and sits in 27th overall position.
And with that, UBC News Tonight has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Lorraine Masika Kazimoto with my colleague Muhammad Mugalu. We wish you good night.
UBC, inspiring.